Welcome, this is Mouse Gunner, and we're back with some more Football Manager. So, the last two matches didn't really go to plan. We lost a match and then had a draw against teams that we were predicted to defeat. So, really not the kind of results we're looking for. Now, the next team we'll be playing is probably more than likely going to be the favorite because they're ranked second overall and they were predicted to finish sixth. So, this is going to be a tough match for us. But there are some things I want to do to change the team up that I didn't do before. And at the moment, we have this strategy here that we very well might use against the opponent upcoming. Now, I did change things to a control strategy. I almost kind of think that that was a mistake and we should go counter strategy because that's what we had before and that's what seemed to work. But with that being said, let's go over to this strategy because this strategy I really don't feel like works for us. So what I would like to do is bring Johnson back, McGuire back, Nelson's going to be removed in place of Hall. So let's bring Hall up, Nelson out. And as a matter of fact, let's just quickly go to our A setup here. And we'll switch this around. All right. So right now, things don't look right because Hall isn't in the position we want him to be in, and the positions we're going to put him in is this. So this is the strategy I'm thinking about because I think that this will use our talent to its best ability. So we'll do a 4-4-1 setup, but 4-4-1-1, I think, is how they would classify it. It's not really changing the name here. As a matter of fact, this is the name that it was a long time ago with the defensive midfielder, and we've changed that a while ago. All right, so that is the initial plan, but of course we need to set up our players to better effect here. So what I'd like is two attackers here, and it seems like Hall's more comfortable with support, so we'll go with that. We'll keep Lundstrom and Ledson on the strategy that they currently have and keep our other players on the strategy they have. Now, the reason I'm making this change is it seemed like with our previous strategy where we had three attacking midfielders, we had quite a bit of a defensive liability. Our midfield wasn't able to really help us out in the defensive line because we had too many midfielders forward in the offensive zone. And as a result, our defense was being overwhelmed and picked apart. So I'm hoping that this will help us out quite a bit. Now, whether or not we'll use this against the upcoming opponent, I don't know. And I'm thinking no is the answer to that. But for now, let's go ahead and change this around. So we've got the subs we'll want. The only problem is McDonald really a great sub in this situation? I guess he could come in for McGuire and Hall and Johnson. And then Roberts could also do that, although he's a better sub for Hemmings or Hall, I would say. And then Crowley would be good in the middle, and as would Sircombe or Sircombe. I'm going to call him Sircombe from now on. I know I've gone back and forth there. As much as these guys are listed for international duty, they should be okay for the upcoming match. All right, so this is I think, the setup I'm going to do, and I'm going to save this as our A selection. Now, whether or not we're going to need to change the instructions, I don't know. I'm thinking no. I think we'll be fine keeping the strategy as is here. And the 5-4-1 will do the strategy that we already have here. And we'll kind of play it by ear. As a matter of fact, what is our passing set at? I would prefer mixed passing here, actually. So let's hit OK on that. All right. So that's a game plan. I might have to change up our corners as well because I feel like we're not getting the effective results I would like. Defense is probably fine. Attacking is where I'm really noticing deficiencies. So what I would like is to grab our striker, put him up there, and grab our attacking midfielder and put them up there. And go with this setup. Do we want to have more people in the back, though? Let's put this guy back because I'm noticing a trend with rebounds that we're not really getting those rebounds if they bounce out of the box. And I think a little bit more people back would help with that. And then in the left, we'll make the same kind of change here. So we'll do that. We'll do that. And we'll bring the guy from the right back here. As a matter of fact, let's put even more bodies up here. That's as many bodies as we can get in the box. Let's do that. And then on the right, we'll do the same thing. So let's bring this body up here. Okay. So we've got plenty of people in the box because I've noticed it just seems like we're not doing all that well with the corners here. So I would like to improve that. And I think for set piece takers, we're probably okay with some of the changes we've made. All right. I think we're more or less good to go. Let us come back home here and advance. So we should be getting our players back from international play here in the near future. All right. So City Scouting, they go with a 4-4-1-1 setup. So kind of similar to what we do, although we have a player off to one side. They're good with jumping reach, which is bad for us because that's one of the strengths that we normally use. They're not really great with decisions. Okay. They have... They've been doing okay, though, this year. I mean, they are ranked second. All right. And what do we got in the inbox? So we've got some training things that we'll go ahead and apply. Now, the Rob Hall thing is the only thing I think will actually be applying to us. And they also have a couple things here that they'd like us to do, so we'll do that. All right. As a matter of fact, let's go back to our tactics here real quick. With this new setup that I set up, and I'm curious why it's not changing the name. Is he best as a winger? It looks like that is. Winger support is his best role. And Johnson is winger attack. It doesn't matter whether it's attack or support. And for Maguire, it doesn't matter whether it's attack or support, so we'll put him on attack. Okay. That's looking pretty good. I don't know. Maybe having two guys on attack, though. Like, what's the difference here? With attack duty, the winger will try to run at the defense in the final third, aiming to cause panic and okay. What about the support? With support duty, the winger's job is to try to quickly get past his man and get in an early cross for the forwards. Okay. With that being the case, I think I'm going to put Maguire in support and keep Johnson on the attack. All right. I think we're good to go. Let's continue. Now, I don't know fitness report-wise what we'll hear back from Hall. Maybe he won't be quite ready for full play. And from there, we'll play by ear. We more or less have our setup in case we need to go the other way. We'll go the defensive route. Okay, so Rob Hall made it to the team of the week, even though he was just a sub. He did score a goal, which tied up the game, so that's good. 2 to 3 months still on Rothwell, which is, I would prefer to have him back. And I don't know where we'd put him if we got him back, but still, it'd be nice to have him back. Let's go ahead and continue here, though. And continue. Continue. All right, what do we got here? Available first team. Rob Hall is now available, I guess. Oh, no, he's off that. Okay, gotcha. International roundup. Okay. That should be over after today. Player recruitment. Advice summary. All right, so... All right, we'll scout that nation. So what is it asking me to do? Ireland. I thought I already told him to scout Ireland. And competitions to scout. Okay, staff. They want me to scout this cup. All right, we'll do that. That might be a cup that we're involved with. I'm not really sure. Let's make sure our scouts have plenty to do. I haven't really been paying close attention to them. They still have plenty of assignments. All right, let's go ahead and continue here. Now, we will be home, and we will have plenty of rest. I do have things set up so that we'll have a day of rest before the match. Okay. Don't care. We advance, please. There we go. All right, don't care. Moving on. Guy Bet League 1 roundup. So we drop down to 4th now that everybody's played 12 matches. We have 7 wins, 2 draws, and how many does that leave us with? 5 losses, I guess? No, 3 losses. Okay. Continue. And I didn't pay attention to our goal differential. I mean, we can see that if we go here. Goal differential for us is 4, which is not particularly high. I mean, we don't have a negative goal differential, so that's good. But a lot of other teams around us have more. As a matter of fact, we would be in 3rd place if it wasn't for the fact of the goal differential. This guy has, Bradford City has more goal differential in their favor. All right, well, hopefully we won't give them more goal differential in their favor with this upcoming match if they beat us. Again, we can try and play for a draw or maybe even a win. Who knows? Okay, moving along. More stuff in the inbox. Okay, under 23 stuff. Don't care. Pre-match analysis. It looks like they won their last match 2-1. They did not control possession, though. And they didn't have that many shots on target. So 2 shots on target, 2 goals. They did get a lot of shots, though, I think, if I'm reading this correctly. And, okay. So we might be able to beat them in the possession game. Although they lost possession game last time and still won the game. Okay, director of football. They're still asking me to do this. I don't think I should because of our budget concerns. I mean, our team's technically losing money right now. All right. Okay, Sam Long is unhappy with the high team training workload. I feel the situation can be resolved by reducing the amount of extra individual training assigned. All right, so we'll just remove that, and that should be fine. Tactical analysis. So I guess it's calling us as being 4-4-2 asymmetric, and they want us to be 4-4-1-1. I refuse. Reduce support duties. 2 to 3 support duties. Sensible for control mentality. There's too many people on support. I mean, we can change that. And they want 4 to 5 attackers for control mentality. It's always said that, and I guess I'm not doing enough attackers maybe. Stick to positions. We don't, I think, have that. And then work ball in the box we're doing. All right, let me take a look at that. I mean, we could just as easily put him on attack. And then we have the 2 to 3 support like we have now. So before we had too many. We don't have enough attackers for this setup according to that, but we're only shy of 1. So hopefully that will be okay. All right, so Oxford goes into the game as a slight underdogs, even though they have home team advantage. Okay, so yeah, they're expected to beat us. Again, we'll have to see with the fitness report here, if we're going to even get one, what they say about Hall. Because if he's ready for a full match, then we'll use him that way. Okay, so we've got people available for things. You know what? I have been saying not to make people available. I should probably make people available that I'm not using, right? I mean, that's something I've probably been doing wrong. I didn't understand exactly how this worked. But yeah, you can use these guys. Why not? So anybody that needs like match sharpness, I don't know. The problem is remembering who has sub duties and who doesn't, because I don't want to be using people that are subs. But anybody that has like a real lack of match sharpness, I say, why not? Crowley is for sure a sub, and as is Rob Hall, Josh Ruffles, Ryan Taylor. Is Taylor, which Taylor is it? I didn't think it was Ryan Taylor. Yeah, we'll have him be available. Again, I don't know what the difference between unfit or until fit or ongoing is what we probably want. Let me just make sure. Is Aaron Martin a sub here? Aaron Martin, are you a sub? Yes, you are, but we don't use him that often, so it might be okay that we do that. I guess that's something I should have been doing a while ago. I just I didn't really understand what I was picking for it to do. Like for instance, we were able to get some match sharpness for Rob Hall when he was still recovering. And that really helped. Okay, so Ruffles and Crowley are regular subs, so I don't know. I don't want them getting tired, but at the same time, we could turn down how much time they're used for. Like Martin, we could have him be, just use him for 45 minutes. And then is Taylor a regular player? I know it's one of the Taylors. No, I'm mistaken. So that's fine. Let's just check. Yeah. Okay. And then, why don't we do the same thing with our subs that don't have a lot of match sharpness? So we'll say like you can use them, but only for 45 minutes, so they're not like super tired. Oh no, wait, not Rob Hall though. Unavailable. There we go. You can use them for 45 minutes, but don't tire them out too much. Crowley is a regular sub, so we'll say ongoing, but 20 minutes. So this gives people playing time. The other people we have here are more regular subs, or they get more playing time on the regular, so I don't want them getting tired out here. All right, well, I think that's good to go, so let's go ahead and continue here. All right, we got the inbox. Preview, don't care, continue. I don't know if we're going to get a fitness report here. Let's see. All right, fitness test. They're still saying 45 minutes for him. The medical team advised that while you are free to disregard this advice, don't play him for more than 45 minutes. Got it. All right, so let's go ahead and go to the tactics here. We'll be using this strategy then if he's not ready to play a full game, and we'll be taking the B setup. But I am going to have Hall as a backup here, but I don't remember who it is that I normally replace him with. Where is Hall? Hall. You're there. And who do we usually take out? So I want to keep Crowley and Sercombe in here. Roberts is kind of key, but we could put Hall in instead of him. The big problem is then we don't have a backup striker in case we need a striker for the match. Yeah, I think that's the right call. So let's take Roberts out and put Hall in his place. And this is just temporary until we get Hall in better shape so that he can start matches. All right, I think I'm pretty much ready to go. This will be kind of our underdog strategy here. And yeah, all right, that'll be it. Oh crap. Well, I can always set that up pretty easily. It wasn't that hard. Yeah, okay. And the thing I was thinking about doing is maybe do get stuck in for this because we're more defensive oriented. All right. But I'm not sure about this is going to be a tough opponent, so I figure why not. All right. I think I'm ready. Let's do the match preview here. All right, so they're going to do their 4-4-1-1 setup. We're going to do our 4-4-2 setup. Oh, actually, no, I'm sorry. My 5-4-1 setup. Let's go to the team selection. Okay, we've got our guys more or less set up. Do we have Johnson be on attack in with this strategy? No, we'll have him on support. All right. I changed my mind. Attack. Okay, let's submit the team. I think we're more or less good to go. Don't show this. Yeah, whatever. All right, I'm a little bit nervous with this match. This is going to be against a tough opponent. But we're using our more defensive strategy. We're going to try and get Hall some playing time here as a sub. All right, let's go ahead and continue. Until he's in top shape, we won't use that 4-4-2 setup yet. All right, here we go. 5-4-1 versus 4-4-1-1. We're going to be in the yellow jerseys. Apply advice. Let's take a look at their guys, see how scary they are. All right, so we don't have a proper scout on this guy, so it's kind of hard to tell. It seems like teams that have attackers that with a lot of foot speed are like murder to us, which I think is one of the reasons why we lost those matches against teams that we were supposed to beat. Okay. All right, well, I took a little bit of a look at their attackers. All right, let's go ahead and continue the pep talk. We're going to encourage these guys. Let's do this one. Let's get them fired up a little bit. All right, let's start the match. We're going to need a win here, but for morale's sake, but it'll be tough. We'll have to see. Let's see how fast this guy is, if he's going to be a real problem for us. All right. We've got free kick here. Oh, no, yellow card for the opposing team already. In 2 minutes of play, that's not good news for them. Unfortunately, we don't manage to make anything happen there, but at least it was a nice attempt there. Oh, no. Okay, just a warning for Maguire. He's very important to our team. They are beating us on the possession game. Oh, now we've turned it around. Okay. We've got a throw in here. You know, I didn't check the corners with the old team here. So let's take a look at an attack. Yeah, so this needs changed. I know this is only going to be temporary, but I want to make sure that we have this set up for things. I'm going to bring this guy back, and I want you in here, actually all the way in. And then we'll get this other body in there. Got a lot of bodies in the box. And then we'll go on the left side and do the same thing. So our striker is going to be in the box. And then our guy on the right side is going to be in the box. There we go. That's what I'm looking for right there. All right. And then you are going to be back here. Okay. Confirm those changes. Yes. All right, so that's not going to affect the throw-in, but it will affect later play. So let's go ahead. Lundstrom's got the ball here. No good passes until we get to Johnson. Clears it back to Scars so we can reset. Scars to Lundstrom. Lundstrom back to Edwards. So playing conservative here. Nice lift to Hemmings. Hemmings has got a chance here, but their goalie manages to get a hand on it. That was a good shot. First on target shot. Good play. I'm happy with that. Okay. Hemmings might have an opportunity here if we can dribble around. He gets in there. Kind of a little rush shot there. But we're getting in the box a little bit there. Marvin Johnson looks like he might have suffered a twisted ankle. But it's the sort of thing he should be able to play through. Okay. Well, we might be subbing him out in the second half for Hall. But for now, we're letting him play on it. Okay. Got a free kick here. That goes high. So, no real threat. Hopefully we get this. Hemmings looks like he's there. Gets it to Maguire. Maguire gets it tackled away. Nice defensive play there, but we tackle it back. Lundstrom has it, passes it back to Maguire. Maguire might get tackled here. He passes it away wisely. We lift it up into Hemmings, but unfortunately it's off target. Chance for Johnson here to do a cross. Cross to Hemmings. Hemmings doesn't get to it, but Lundstrom gets to it. To Maguire. Maguire loses it a little bit there. Ledson just does a long shot. Unfortunately, we don't manage to get anything out of that. Okay, here's our corner. Fortunately, it gets deflected, but Edwards is going to be able to get in there. Pass it to Johnson, who's open for another cross. And we get a shot into the goal. I think Maguire scored that. Yeah, good goal by Maguire. 4th of the season for him. All right, well, that's what we're looking for. And I think by playing more players in the back there, that's what allowed that, because we had a deflection that came back. And I kind of saw that we needed more people in the back in case that kind of thing happened. And I think that's it resulted in a goal here for us, because we got a nice cross here, and Maguire's ready and able to just lift it. A little bit of hands. The goalie put a little bit of hands on there, but unable to stop it fully. Okay. Fortunately, a yellow card for Ledson. We've got another corner opportunity, it looks like. Deflected, but Ledson is going to be able to manage to knock it down. Unfortunately, he goes for a shot that is off target. But we're getting a lot of shots on goal here. And a lot of good opportunities. I think this changes to our corner tactics have really paid off. And there goes the half. So what I'm going to do here is Johnson had a little bit of a twisted ankle. He might be okay to play more time than he's played, but more than likely we're going to end up replacing him with Hall anyway. So I think it's a good idea to do that. So what I'm going to do is we'll go ahead and give him the pep talk here. He suggests that we should tell him there's more room for improvement. Things are going well, but I know you're capable of even better. Okay. Didn't necessarily fire anybody up, but didn't make anybody upset either. Let's come into tactics here. I think we're going to go ahead and make the change for Hall here. Let's get Hall in there, and we're going to need to put him on support because that's more where he's comfortable, but there we go. Now, Ledson has a card. Hopefully we don't get a red card as a result, but I think that's what we're going to do. It gives Hall 45 minutes of playing time anyway, and it gives Johnson a little bit of a rest. So let's start the second half here. Okay, it looks like we've got corner opportunity for them, which we managed to just barely deflect out. Good play by Scars. Okay. They're waiting for a chance here. A little bit of a foul on Hemmings. Hopefully the ref doesn't card him. It doesn't look like he's going to get carded. All right. We're progressing through the game here. Ledson is tired, so we'll more than likely get an opportunity here. So they get a goal kick here. We managed to win it, but Hemmings isn't able to get to it. Well, no, he managed to get it. We've got an opportunity here. He manages to dribble around. Nice shot. Doyle's going to have to block that or grab it. Okay. Here's another corner for them. Looks dangerous. Fortunately, we block it out. And we're going to get it up here. Got an opportunity for Hemmings. Hemmings is going to have to get to it, though, which is going to slow him down. We get tackled off there, off the play. Maybe should have looked for a back pass. All right, looks like we're going to manage to get this pass away. Ledson has the ball. We're very physical game on both sides, I would say. Nice cross up to Maguire. Long pass. He's going to have to pass it here. Oh, no, not quite. I thought that was a good opportunity for him to pass to Hemmings. Hemmings was there for a pass. Unfortunately, he goes for the aggressive play. I think we can still let the game go here a little while. Lundstrom is also getting very tired in the midfield. A nice pass on their end. I see a cross coming in. Fortunately, Eastwood manages to block that and prevent it. I mean, I don't know if that was an intended shot. It looked like a cross to me. Okay, they're going for a corner here. We managed to get up in there. Lundstrom is going to be able to get ahead and stop that play. Good play by him. I'm going to wait until the 70-minute mark, probably. We've got a yellow card for Hemmings. That's unusual for him. We've got some defensive subs here. I just want to see what the opposition is doing or what they're up to. So they've changed to a 4-4-2 setup. Let's go ahead and apply advice, any advice that may be changed here, considering that they have all three of their subs in. All right, we'll confirm those changes. It won't allow me to change tactics here for a little while. Okay. All right, we're going to have a corner here. I'm going to go ahead and plan a sub here. And we're going to take Ledson out because of the yellow card. And he is tired. And we're going to get Sercombe in here. Now, we should have Crowley available, right? Where's Crowley? Oh, yeah, he's right here. So we put in Crowley instead. Yeah, let's put Crowley in here. And Crowley isn't quite comfortable in that role. We're going to go with advanced playmaker. And we can put him on the attack, I would say, to get ourselves another attacker. Whereas attack, yeah, we'll go with attack here. And I don't know if I'm ready to sub Lundstrom or not. I haven't made up my mind. Probably would be a good call. Give ourselves fresh legs here. And we'll get him in. And we'll do central midfielder on the attack. You know what? We'll switch this guy to support because we already have one guy on attack. And, all right, I think that will be our changes. They've already made their subs, so we'll make ours. Here comes the cross. It looks like we might be able to get a head on it, but Hall manages to grab it. Okay, we're going to lay it off of Hall here. Not sure what we're doing. Losing the ball, apparently. Kind of a broken play. Cross. Eastwood manages to grab it. All right, calm things down here. We're winning. We don't need to play too aggressive here. We need our subs in because... All right, Lundstrom makes a great play there. Unfortunately, gets tackled. Probably should have looked for a pass. Great tackle there. Hemmings has got a great chance here. He's going to be tired. Going to go for the shot. It was a good attempt. I think he had ran himself out a little bit there and didn't get the best setup. He was being harassed. So here comes our subs to give us more legs in the midfield. Okay. Yellow card for Dunkley. Okay. Chance there for Hemmings. We're going to get control of that, but it looks like Law is going to get it for a cross, which looks good, but unfortunately off target for them. Not the best angle, I guess. Got a free kick here, which could be dangerous, but unfortunately for us, we get in front of it. But there's going to be a pass here. Oh, I thought that was going to be a pass. All right, well, if they're going to take longer range shots like that, I'll be fine with that. Hemmings is getting quite tired here. We've got 2 minutes of added time. They are going for their goal kick. We're going to get in front of it. I don't know if Hall's going to get there in time. They're going to lift it up, but Sercombe gets to it. Dunkley has it. He's going to dump it ahead. Crowley doesn't get there in time. They do have more than a minute here to play with, so we got to be careful. Deflected to Darby, which is actually great for a setup and a goal. So in the very last moments of the game, we lose the lead, unfortunately. That did look like a very dangerous play, and unfortunately for us, it went in. And that was just, we put in a nice defensive play to try and block a pass, and it just deflected in the wrong direction, and it went into a cross. It wasn't anybody's fault. It's just one of those unlucky things that happens. It sucks because we led the game with shots, much more effective shots, just they weren't going in. All right, well, let's see if we can make something happen in these last 30 seconds, but I doubt it. Chance for Maguire, but I think that's going to be the game. As long as we don't fall apart here. Well, Hemmings has maybe a chance here, but I doubt it. There's too many defenders on him. All right, well, we got to make something happen here soon if we're going to make it happen at all. And that looks like it's going to be it. We're going to have a throw in, but that's the game. So that sucks, another draw, but hey, we were supposed to lose this match. So, I think we were unlucky, for sure. That last goal wasn't anybody's fault. We'll just say you were unlucky today, because it's true. Nobody's fault. Everybody played a good game out there. Maybe we should have had more goals than we got. But I think getting a draw against a team that we were supposed to lose against is still, it's a positive. It could have been a win just as easily, but let's go ahead and continue to the post-match analysis here. So they were predicted to win, I would imagine. And the fact that it was a draw is, still good for us. Okay, they said it could have gone either way, so they kind of predicted a draw too. But we went out there. We played the game we needed to. We could have easily won that game. It just didn't go our way. But in any case, I think this is a good point to go ahead and put a cut in the video. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. This is Mouse Gunner, signing out.